everyone, if you could take a moment to change your Zoom name to your team name and district, that would be fabulous. District first and then team name. Thank you very much. just waiting on one team. So we're just going to give them another minute. And if they're not here, we are going to get started. Welcome everyone to the 2022 O2CM BOCES Battle of the Books Super Regional Competition for 7th and 8th grade. A few housekeeping items to take care of before we get started. When not speaking, please keep your microphone muted. Your video may remain on throughout the competition because we want to see those smiling faces. Take a moment to change your Zoom name to your district name and your team name. Please be sure to unmute your microphone when giving your response. The order of responses will remain the same for each question. Please note that this event is being live streamed on YouTube and will be available for viewing after the event. To all of our spectators, feel free to use the monitored chat to send encouraging messages to our competitors. Without further ado, let us get started with the reading of the rules by our reader, Mr. Lease, the STEAM coordinator at OCM BOCES Instructional Support Services.
Good morning. The OCM O2CM Regional Battle of the Books official rules. Number 1, an adult will be assigned to monitor each team and verify the keyword answer written by the recorder. Number 2, each team will be allowed to have one official answer sheet and 2 pencils with them at the table during a battle. No other items should be on the table. All writing is done by the team's recorder, ideally an in-school individual, and only in the form of answers to the battle questions asked by the moderator. Number 3, 16 questions will be asked in a single battle. 4, the question reader will ask a single question of all teams at once. A repeat of the question will be read automatically to cut down on the need for a requested repeat. Timing, however, starts immediately after the question has been read for the first time. Each team will have 30 seconds, and 30 seconds on a tiebreaker question, in which to discuss and record the answer to the question. The team's response, number 5, the team's response can be written on the official answer sheet in keyword form. Written answers need to be legible, and keywords need to be complete and spelled well enough to be easily recognized by the proctor. Number 6, discussion and writing must stop when time is called. Number 7, when time is called, the question reader will call on the spokesperson to say the team's answer out loud. Number 8, after all teams have stated their answers, the judge will state the correct answer and award points to the teams, allowing 5 points for the correct title and an additional 3 points for the correct author for a maximum of 8 points. To be judged correct, the title and author must be stated in order and in full, just as they are on the bookmarks. And this stated answer must match the title and author keywords as written on the official answer sheet. If the answer given orally differs from the keyword, no points will be awarded for that answer. Number 9, the team spokesperson may request an additional repeat of a question. All repeats plus the recording of the answer must take place within the time limit. Number 10, in the event of a challenge, The following procedure will be followed. In this super regional battle, each team is allowed 2 challenges. If the challenge is successful, the team will still have 2 challenges. If the challenge is unsuccessful, the challenging team will lose that challenge and reduce their remaining challenges. Each challenging team will have 2 minutes to find and write the page numbers where the answer can be found in the book they named. When time is called, discussion and writing must stop. If the team has found an answer, the spokesperson will then be asked to use the text from only the page numbers they have recorded on the answer sheet to prove that the question could be answered correctly in the named book. The timekeeper will begin timing after the questioner recognizes the challenge, and 1 to 3 unmarked copies of the book are given to each challenging team. The official timer will announce only the end of the 2-minute time period. The challenging team should be able to provide exact reference to a page in the book so the judge can refer to the correct passage. The judge determines whether a challenge is successful or not. An answer may be considered correct by way of inference. If the judge accepts the challenge as successful, the other conditions for gaining a score were fulfilled. Were fulfilled, the points shall be awarded and the battle shall continue. The judge's decision is final. Lastly, a sudden death tiebreaker round may be played to break a tie between 2 or more teams. The tiebreaker rules are the same as above. As soon as one team has more points after a question is completed, that team is declared the winner. Challenges are allowed during the tiebreaker rounds with the usual challenge time in effect. First question. All right, question number 1. In which book does a teacher have a 0 tolerance policy for violence? In which book does a teacher have a 0 tolerance policy for violence? Time is up. We'll now go to the spokesperson for Central Square, Bob 2.0.
Free lunch by Rex Ogle.
The spokesperson from Chittenango, Battling Book Skaters.
Free lunch by Rex Ogle.
Spokesperson from Cincinnatus, the Hardcore Hardcovers.
Free lunch by Rex Ogle.
Spokesperson from DeRider, the Bob Squad.
Free lunch by Rex Ogle.
Spokesperson from Fabius Pompey, the team that couldn't come up with a name.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
The spokesperson from Fulton City, Red Raider Readers Rebooted.
Free lunch by Rex Ogle.
The spokesperson from Lafayette, the Paperbacks.
Hosted by John David Anderson.
The spokesperson from North Syracuse, One Team to Rule Them All.
Hosted by John David Anderson.
The spokesperson from Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
Free lunch by Rex Ogle.
The spokesperson from Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
Free lunch by Rex Ogle.
The spokesperson from Pulaski,
Posted John David Anderson.
the spokesperson from Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
By John David Anderson.
The spokesperson from West Genesee, the Illiterates.
I am.
Free lunch by Rex Ogle.
The spokesperson from West Hill, Onondaga Hill, KJAM.
Free lunch by Rex Ogle.
The correct answer is Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
All right, question number 2. In which book are mosquitoes significant? In which book are mosquitoes significant? Time is up. Central Square, Bob 2.0.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
Cincinnatus, The Hardcore Hardcovers.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
DeRider, The Bob Squad.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
Fabius Pompey, The Team That Couldn't Come Up with a Name.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers Rebooted.
Peter 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
Lafayette, The Paperbacks.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
North Syracuse, One Team to Rule Them All.
Fever 1793 Lori Halse Anderson.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
Pulaski,
Fever 1793, Lori Halse Anderson.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill Middle School, KJAM.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
The correct answer is Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
Question number 3. In which book did a character jump off a roof? In which book did a character jump off a roof? Time is up. Central Square, Bob 2.0.
White Bird by R.J. Palacio.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Cincinnatus, The Hardcore Hardcovers.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
DeRider, The Bob Squad. DeRider, The Bob Squad.
Uglies by Scott Westerfield.
Fabius Pompey, The Team That Couldn't Come Up with a Name.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers Rebooted.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Lafayette, The Paperbacks.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
North Syracuse, One Team to Rule Them All.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
Phalanx by Rex Ogle.
Pulaski.
Ugly Scott Westerfeld.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill, K-Jam.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
The correct answer is Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
We're challenging.
That was Central Square, Dream Team 2.0, correct?
Yes.
All right. You have 2 minutes.
152.
All right, they said they found it. All right, so where do we show? Let me see. Right there. All right, where is it, Adam? Right at the very beginning. Oh, it's a graphic novel, so. We're muted. There is a girl jumping off the roof on page 152 of White Bird.
Okay, our judge is going to check that.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I wrote a little try.
Okay. I'll erase that more.
Just give us a few moments. We are on the digital version, so we're finding that particular part of the book. As judge, I rule in favor of the White Bird answer, and you will receive points for the correct answer.
All right, on to question 4. In which book does a main character's little brother love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? In which book does a main character's little brother love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Time is up. Central Square, Bob 2.0.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Cincinnatus, the hardcore hardcovers.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Derider, the Bob Squad.
Free lunch by Rex Ogle.
Fabius Pompey, the team that couldn't come up with a name.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers rebooted.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Lafayette, the paperbacks.
Free lunch by Rex Ogle.
North Syracuse, one team to rule them all.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
Free lunch by Rex Ogle.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
We were out of time.
Pulaski,
Refugee, Alan Gratz.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill, K-Jam.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
The correct answer is Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Question number 5. In which book does a walkway look like an artist created it? In which book does a walkway look like an artist created it? Time is up. Central Square, Bob 2.0.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Hosted by John David Anderson.
Cincinnatus, the hardcore hardcovers.
Fever 1793 by Laura House Anderson.
Derider, the Bob Squad.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Fabius Pompey, the team that couldn't come up with a name.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers rebooted.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Lafayette, the paperbacks.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
North Syracuse, one team to rule them all.
Fever 1793 by Lori House Anderson.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
Uglies by Scott Westerfield.
Pulaski,
Look Both Ways, Jason Reynolds.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill, K-Jam.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
The correct answer is Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
Question number 6. In which book does a friendship start because both of the friends are different from others? In which book does a friendship start because both of the friends are different from others? Time is up. Central Square, Bob 2.0.
Hosted by John David Anderson.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Posted by John David Anderson.
Cincinnatus, The Hardcore Hardcovers.
Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
DeRider, The Bob Squad.
Elise by Scott Westerfield.
Fabius Pompey, The Team That Couldn't Come Up with a Name.
Posted by John David Anderson.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers Rebooted.
Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
Lafayette, The Paperbacks.
Posted by John David Anderson.
North Syracuse, One Team to Rule Them All.
Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
Posted by John David Anderson.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
Pulaski,
Posted John David Anderson.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
Posted by John David Anderson.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill, K-Jam.
A Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
The correct answer is Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
We challenge.
Which group was that?
We challenged
Books and
you.
Beyond by Books and Beyond Phoenix.
Okay, Phoenix is
Cincinnati
challenged. You have 2
challenged.
minutes.
West Hill challenges as well.
Okay, West Hill, have 2 minutes.
Yes, Cincinnati.
Does anyone else
What's
want to challenge?
What are they challenging?
Yeah,
What are
what
they
books
challenging?
are we challenging?
North Syracuse challenges as well.
Okay, so we
No,
have
what
North
books-
Syracuse,
what books
West
are we
Hill,
challenging?
and
Unmuted.
Phoenix challenge.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati
challenges.
Cincinnati as well. Use your microphones. and
Fulton
mute your
challenges.
mic.
I don't know what.
West
Tennessee
Genesee
challenges as
well.
All right, we have West Genesee challenging as well.
Next time looking's right, okay.
Fabius Pompey challenges.
Okay, Fabius Pompey, you have 2 minutes.
Did you get Central Square in there as a challenge?
Yes, we have Central Square. Thank you.
Do you also have Fulton?
Yes, we have Fulton.
Lafayette is also challenging.
All right, 2 minutes for almost nearly everyone.
Oswego also is challenging.
All right, sounds good.
Should we go now? Yeah.
Okay, so please be sure to mute your microphones.
Sandy Creek is going to challenge as well.
All right, the 2 minutes has started now.
So when we know the pages that we're contesting, do we say it now or do we wait till the 2 minutes is up?
Wait for the 2 minutes to be up and then we will call on each challenge school.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. All right, we're at time. We are going to go through the list and just make sure that we got all of the challenges because it was almost all of you. So if you challenged, please give the page number and your answer, and we will be writing them down so that our judge can check them. Okay?
Central Square, Bob 2.0.
They are saying that it is on page 21 of the book posted.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Page 21 of posted by John David Anderson.
Cincinnatus, the hardcore hardcovers.
Free lunch, 96 and 97 by Rex Ogle.
DeRider, the Bob Squad.
Right.
You're not challenged.
Thank you. Fabius Pompey, the team that couldn't come up with a name.
Page 21 of posted by John David Anderson.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers Rebooted.
Page 140 of free lunch.
Lafayette, the Paperbacks.
We couldn't find it.
North Syracuse, one team to rule them all.
Pages 96 and 97 lunch. By Rex Ogle.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
In posted, page 24, the last paragraph.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
We could not find the answer.
Pulaski,
Page 35 of posted, John David Anderson.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
We did not find an answer.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
Page 21 of posted by John David Anderson.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill, K-Jam.
Page 99 of free lunch by Rex Ogle.
All right, the judge is going to look at those answers and we will be back. So hold your horses, fingers crossed. Central Square, can you please read the selection from posted, please?
It's 21, page 21.
You're unmuted, guys.
It
It's just the
says,
whole paragraph. It's not.
actually,
My theory, go. Where?
my theory has to do with the people who don't find people just like them. These people, they find each other. And then they realize that not finding people like them is the thing they have in common. That's what happened to me. I think I found the people who weren't quite like other people. We use that difference for glue, as glue.
Perfect. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
free lunch, page 96 and
All
97.
right, Cincy, can we please have you read your selection that you feel answers the question?
We found my theory has to do with the people who don't find people just like them. These people, they find each other, and then they realize that not finding people like them is the thing they have in common. That's what happened to me, I think. I found the people who weren't quite like other people, and we used that difference as glue.
That wasn't Cincy, just so you know.
Yeah, I didn't think that was Cincy.
Okay.
Who was that?
Who was that, please?
That was West Genesee.
Okay, West Genesee. Okay, thank you, West Genesee. We have Cincy read their selection from Free Lunch by Rex.
Here you go.
Okay, I look up. I don't even know this guy. He's short and white and has a funny bowl-shaped haircut with brown hair. I check up and down the table to see if he's made a mistake or is lost or something. He says the system sucks. I ask, what system? The social setup where students are hustled into lines like cattle and forced to find seats that make them feel insecure and unwanted. It's as though the principals and teachers want us to fight for social standing or choose to be placed in a box that defines us. He forks a bit of peas and mashed potatoes into his mouth. He chews slowly, swallows, then continues. Band geeks, theater students, 8th grade jocks, 7th grade jocks, cheerleaders, goth kids, heavy metal wannabes. I wonder if he's one of those church kids. Maybe Luke Dodson sent him to try and get me.
Keep going.
And then you say
Which are you? I asked. I don't have a label, he says. I'm just me. Oh, that's all I said.
Thank you. Fulton, can you please read your selection?
Then he's for free lunch, page 140. Then he starts again. I bet there are cameras hidden all over this cafeteria. They're recording us, and we're all part of some big social experiment conducted by the government. Psychiatrists are probably watching us right now, trying to decipher the riddle of today's youth. I say, you're kind of weird, huh? Weird is just a label people put on people who are brilliant.
Okay, everyone, the judge has decided that all challenges will receive full points. Thank you.
You all still have 2 challenges. Congratulations. Let me rephrase. Those successful challengers retain their 2 challenges, but those groups that did not have an answer are down 1 challenge.
Question number 7. In which book is a character described as a real-life Goldilocks? In which book is a character described as a real-life Goldilocks? Time is up. Central Square, Bob 2.0.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
Cincinnatus, The Hardcore Hardcovers.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
DeRider, The Bob Squad.
Uglies by Scott Westerfield.
Fabius Pompey, The Team That Couldn't Come Up with a Name.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers Rebooted.
Fever 1793 by Lori Hall Sanderson.
Lafayette, The Paperbacks.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
North Syracuse, One Team to Rule Them All.
We didn't have an answer.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
Genesis Begins Again by Alyssa D. Williams.
Pulaski,
Ugly, Scott Westerfield.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
Posted by John David Anderson.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill, K-Jam.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
The correct answer is Posted by John David Anderson.
Question number 8. In which book does a character realize freedom isn't worth hurting another? In which book does a character realize freedom isn't worth hurting another? Time is up. Central Square, Bob 2.0.
Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
Cincinnatus, The Hardcore Hardcovers.
Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
DeRider, The Bob Squad.
Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
Fabius Pompey, The Team That Couldn't Come Up with a Name.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers Rebooted.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Lafayette, The Paperbacks.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
North Syracuse, One Team to Rule Them All.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
No answer.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Pulaski,
Refugee, Alan Gratz.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill, K-Jam.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
The correct answer is Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Challenge. All right, we have a challenge.
Challenge.
from
We're gonna
DeRider
be here forever today.
and Central Square.
Yep, I know we're in.
Two.
Last guy as well.
North Syracuse is challenging.
Thank you. All right, we have DeRider, Central Square, North Syracuse, and Pulaski.
Cincinnati is challenging.
Who was that last one? Cincinnatus?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. All right, your 2 minutes starts now. It is time. All right, let's start with Central Square. Please show us your and give us a page number and show us the image.
Okay.
It's not here.
This is in Whitebird. It's page 113.
And can you read the text for us, please?
It says, "They're gone. I checked. I was about to come out of hiding when the bats. Are you stupid? Get up to the loft ahead. I don't care if they catch me. I just want to help. But it's not about you, just about you. Don't you see that? If they find you, they'll arrest my parents and execute them."
Thank you very much, Central Square.
Cincy.
All right, Cincy next.
Whitebird by RJ Palacio, 113.
Can you read us? Is that the same? It's the same text? All right, that is the same page. Thank you very much. DeRider.
DeRider, what page is?
111.
411.
In what book?
111. Is this in Whitebird?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. 111. Okay.
At that point, I knew I could no longer stay quiet. I had to get Julia's parents, even if it meant Zimmerman's finding me. So I started getting up, and I think somehow Julia knew what I was about to do. What did you say? The humanity, and that's when it happened.
That's a French word she's struggling with.
Thank you very much, DeRider. North Syracuse.
We didn't find an answer.
Thank you very much, North Syracuse. Pulaski.
Refugee, page 258.
Refugee. You can start reading. Thank you very much.
Okay. The captain raised his hands. "I promise you, men," he said quietly, his voice almost a whisper. "I promise you on my honor as a sea captain that I will do everything possible to lead you in England. I will run the ship around there if I must. But you must stand down and promise me no further trouble." Posner lowered his pipe. "Agreed," he said.
Thank you, Pulaski.
DeRider, Central Square, Pulaski, and Cincinnatus. Your challenge has been accepted. You still have your challenges. North Syracuse, you are down to 1 challenge.
Question number 9. In which book are flowers purposely set on fire? In which book are flowers purposely set on fire? is up. Central Square, Bob 2.0.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Cincinnatus, The Hardcore Hardcovers.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
DeRider, The Bob Squad.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Fabius Pompey, The Team That Couldn't Come Up with a Name.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers Rebooted.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Lafayette, The Paperbacks.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
North Syracuse, One Team to Rule Them All.
Fever 1793, Lori House Anderson.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
Pulaski,
Ugly, Scott Westerfeld.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill, KJM.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. The correct answer is Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Number 10, in which book does a character learn that no family is perfect? In which book does a character learn that no family is perfect? Time is up. Central Square, Bob 2.0.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
Cincinnatus, The Hardcore Hardcovers.
Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
DeRider, The Bob Squad.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
Fabius Pompey, The Team That Couldn't Come Up with a Name.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers Rebooted.
Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
Lafayette, The Paperbacks.
Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
North Syracuse, One Team to Rule Them All.
Genesis Begins Again, Alicia D. Williams.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
Pulaski,
Free Lunch, Rex Ogle.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill, KJAM.
Free Lunch by Rex Ogle. The correct answer is Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
Challenge.
Challenge.
All right, was that Fabius Pompey?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Fabius.
And
Pompey,
Central
anyone
Square.
else want to challenge? Central Square wants to challenge, okay? Any other team want to challenge?
North Syracuse is challenging.
Okay, thank you.
Challenge. Sandy Creek.
Sandy Creek is challenging. All right, is that everybody? Okay,
So I have FP,
FP,
Central Square,
Central Square,
North Syracuse,
North Syracuse,
Sandy Creek.
and Sandy Creek. All right, your 2 minutes starts now.
Time. Let's start with Central Square.
We didn't find it.
Okay, thank you, Central Square. Fabius Pompey,
Page 237.
237 in what book?
And 235.
In what book?
And Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
Okay, can you please read the selection that you feel best represents the question?
Addie.
Loud and clear, please.
Okay. I've never had friends before, Sophia, as I was still on me and as I.
Addie, you're gonna have to be louder, please.
Okay. I've never had any friends before. Sophia's eyes are on me as I continue. We moved around a lot, like a lot. And I've never been over to anyone's house on me either. So what I'm trying to say is that I was kind of scared when he asked me because I wouldn't know what your family would think of me. Sophia looks at me like I have two heads. What? I told him my family would love you. Yeah, but I was still worried. So I thought, Sophia's my friend, maybe even my best friend, so it doesn't matter. Sophia throws a pillow at me. Friend, huh? And then I think that's it. That's all from. Okay, and then there's this OCD part. So here's the story. I have obsessive compulsive disorder. OCD. You saw me in action the day I was in the bathroom, and I don't have friends because I got tired of their teasing, especially behind my back. Weirdo, freak, you name it. They called me. I hate being like this. So there you have it.
That was page 237.
Thank you, Tim. North Syracuse, book and page number, please.
Genesis Begins Again, page 357 and 358.
Okay, please read your passage.
But you left. But I saw you. You didn't deserve being there like that. And all I could think was, why couldn't I be a better father? Even though he doesn't apologize, his regret is a small drop of comfort. And I know that for certain you gotta start somewhere. Maybe he will change, eventually. I didn't win. Dad pats my knee. Oh, you won. In my eyes, just being up there, you won. You ain't no trophy for that. The walnut is now the size of the grapefruit. Still, I gotta tell him the truth. I wanted to, for you. Now he squeezes my knee. Dad, I am like you. I made a mess of everything. Dad shushes me, letting me know that it's okay, but it's not okay. In the letter, I told you that I did something horrible to my face. Well, I put some cream, the word gets stuck, but I fight to get them out. I thought that if I could, I can't finish. I'm choking up for real now. I know what you're about to say, Dad says quietly. Don't you think that I felt that? Wanted that every time my mama went on about Charlie, and then looked at me like I get it too, I say, putting every single piece together. You drink to drown out your mama's voice. I hear voices too, and I drown them out. I do things to make me beautiful. Now Dad's breaking up.
Thank you very much, North Syracuse. Sandy Creek, book and page number, please.
We didn't find one.
Thank you very much, Sandy Creek.
North Syracuse, your challenge has been accepted and you've been given full points. Fabius Pompey, I'm sorry, your challenge has not been accepted. You have one challenge left. Central Square, you have one challenge left. Sandy Creek, you have no challenges left.
Question 11. In which book does a character use an app called iSalam for religious purposes? In which book does a character use an app called iSalam for religious purposes? Time is up. Central Square, Bob 2.0.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Cincinnatus, The Hardcore Hardcovers.
Hosted by John David Anderson.
DeRider, The Bob Squad.
Hosted by John David Anderson.
Fabius Pompey, The Team That Couldn't Come Up With a Name.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers Rebooted.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Lafayette, The Paperbacks.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
North Syracuse, One Team to Rule Them All.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Pulaski,
Refugee, Alan Gratz.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill, Cajun.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
The correct answer is Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Question number 12. In which book are there whale oil lamps? In which book are there whale oil lamps? Time is up. Central Square, Bob 2.0.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halls Anderson.
Cincinnatus, The Hardcore Hardcovers.
Fever 1793 by Lori Hall Sanderson.
DeRider, The Bob Squad.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Fabius Pompey, The Team That Couldn't Come Up With a Name.
Fever 1793 by Lori Hall Anderson.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers Rebooted.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
Lafayette, The Paperbacks.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halls Anderson.
North Syracuse, One Team to Rule Them All.
Whitebird by RJ Palacio.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
Oh. Okay. Whitebird by RJ Palacio.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
Pulaski,
Fever 1793, Lori Halsey Anderson.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halls Anderson.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
Fever 1793 by Lori Halse Anderson.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill, Kjan.
Whiteboard by R.J. Palacio.
The correct answer is Fever 1793 by Lori Halls Anderson.
A point of clarification, we've gotten some chatter in the chat. If you have 5 points and you feel as though that you should have had 10, it is due to mispronunciation of the author's name. Thank you.
So for example, in this case, it's Lori Halse Anderson, not Lori Halsey Anderson.
In which book does a character realize they didn't have to change for a girl? In which book does a character realize they didn't have to change for a girl? Up. Central Square, Bob 2.0.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Cincinnatus, The Hardcore Hardcovers.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
DeRider, The Bob Squad.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Fabius Pompey, The Team That Couldn't Come Up with a Name.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers Rebooted.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Lafayette, The Paperbacks.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
North Syracuse, One Team to Rule Them All.
Hosted by John David Anderson.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Pulaski,
Look Both Ways, Jason Reynolds.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill, Kjan.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
The correct answer is Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Lafayette would like to challenge that.
All right, would any other teams like to challenge? All right, you have 2 minutes, Lafayette. All right, Lafayette, can we have the book and the page number, please?
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams, page 329 to 330.
329, okay, can you please read the passage? Slowly.
Now I feel worse than ever. The opposite of clean. I've got nothing else up my sleeve. I go slam the drawer shut, but it sticks 3/4 of the way closed. I shove it again, but it's stuck. I reach in and find the jam. My list is sticking up. My list. There are now so many things that I can add to it, and I don't waste time doing it. I get a pen and write number 89, because she ordered bleaching cream with her mama's credit card that she stole. I stare at that sentence. I feel bad about a whole lot of things, but not about this. Well, minus the stealing. The truth is, I would shave layers of skin off my body if I knew I'd be lighter. In 2 more days, I could have been truly light-skinned, and without my cream, what if the spots changed back?
Thank you, Lafayette.
More? Wait, I have more. Okay. I remember how on my first day, I noticed Yvette playing basketball with her friends, later wishing I could be friends with someone like her. I was excited to be part of her group, even more thrilled when she did my hair. Now she hopes I'll go bald. That's what she said this morning when I explained that I had to drop out of the group. When I couldn't tell her why, just that I'm on punishment, she accused me of lying, saying I was being vague. Well, she was right about that, and I told her so. Yeah, and even admitted that I was planning to quit anyway. I won't repeat it, but you can just about guess the name she asked me then. Sophia lifted her chin in Yvette's direction. Good thing her eyes aren't lasers, you'd be dead. I turned around, blocking Yvette's stank eye. What else did she say? Sophia asked, doing a full push-up, not the girl ones, on her knees like I'm doing.
Thank you, Lafayette.
Lafayette, your challenge has been accepted. You have 1 challenge remaining.
Question 14. In which book does the author tell us the Diary of Anne Frank is the reason this book was written? In which book does the author tell us the Diary of Anne Frank is the reason this book was written? Time's up. Central Square, Bob 2.0.
Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
Cincinnatus, The Hardcore Hardcovers.
Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
DeRider, The Bob Squad.
Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
Fabius Pompey, The Team That Couldn't Come Up with a Name.
Refugee by Alan Gratz.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers Rebooted.
Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
Lafayette, The Paperbacks.
Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
North Syracuse, One Team to Rule Them All.
Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
Am I good? Fever 1793 by Lori Hall Sanderson.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
Pulaski,
Whitebird, A Wonder Story, R.J. Palacio.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
Free lunch by Rex Ogle.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill, K-Jam.
Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
The correct answer is Whitebird by R.J. Palacio.
Question number 15. In which book are kids crowded around a photo booth? In which book are kids crowded around a photo booth? Time's up. Central Square, Bob 2.0.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Uglies by Scott Westerfeld.
Cincinnatus, The Hardcore Hardcovers.
Hosted by John David Anderson.
DeRider, The Bob Squad.
Hosted by John David Anderson.
Fabius Pompey, The Team That Couldn't Come Up with a Name.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers Rebooted.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
Lafayette, The Paperbacks.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
North Syracuse, One Team to Rule Them All.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
Hosted by John David Anderson.
Pulaski,
Look Both Ways, Jason Reynolds.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
We said Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill, K-Jam.
Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
The correct answer is Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams.
Question number 16.
Chenango would like to challenge that.
All right, Chittenango, does anyone else want to challenge? Okay, you have 2 minutes, Chittenango.
West Genesee would like to challenge as well.
Okay, West Genesee. So we have West Genesee and Chittenango. All right, your 2 minutes starts now. All right, Chittenango, page number and book, please.
We didn't find it.
Thank you very much, Chittenango. West Genesee?
We could not find it.
Thank you very much, West Genesee. You each have one challenge remaining. All right.
Question number 16. In which book does a microwave catch on fire when two characters heat up a can of SpaghettiOs? In which book does a microwave catch on fire when two characters heat up a can of SpaghettiOs? Time is up. Central Square, Bob 2.0.
Hosted by John David Anderson.
Chittenango, Battling Booksketeers.
Posted by John David Anderson.
Cincinnatus, the hardcore hardcovers.
Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds.
DeRider, the Bob Squad.
Free lunch by Rexable.
Fabius Pompey, the team that couldn't come up with a name.
Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
Fulton, Red Raiders Readers Rebooted.
Hosted by John David Anderson.
Lafayette, the Paperbacks.
Free lunch by Rex Ogle.
North Syracuse, One Team to Rule Them All.
Free Lunch by Rex Ogle.
Oswego, Rainy Day Book Club.
Posted by John David Anderson.
Phoenix, Books and Beyond.
Posted by John David Anderson.
Pulaski,
Posted John David Anderson.
Sandy Creek, Big Boy Brains.
Posted by John David Anderson.
West Genesee, The Illiterates.
Posted by John David Anderson.
West Hill, Onondaga Hill, KJAM.
Posted by John David Anderson.
The correct answer is posted by John David Anderson.
All right, give us a few moments to tabulate the scores, and we will be back with you shortly.
All right, we are ready to announce the results. The third highest score with a score of 120 points is Chittenango, battling Booksketeers. We have a three-way tie with 130 points for second place. And those schools are Central Square, Bob 2.0, West Genesee, The Illiterates, and West Hill, Onondaga Hill, K-Jam. Finally, with a score of 140 points and the winner of the regional battle of the books for grades 7 and 8, Fulton, Red Raiders Readers Rebooted.
Can we give everybody, can we all mute, give everybody a round of applause? Thank you so much to everyone who participated in the 2022 Battle of the Books Super Regional Competition. A special thanks go out to all of the coaches who helped organize this day. It was so much fun for us to connect with you all via books and reading. You each will receive a participation lapel pin and award certificate to be sent to your school librarian. Our winners will receive a trophy for their school display case and the traveling plaque, which has each of the winners listed by the year they won. Have a wonderful day and congratulations to each of you for a job well done.
We got, oh, celebrate. Wrote them down.